What's up, guys? How's it going? Thanks for joining us today. Wrestling, this week in wrestling, and what a week it has been. It has been one of those absolutely glorious weekends, or weeks. Fucking sick as a fucking dog. Absolutely sucks cock. But anyway, with that being said, excuse me, I got with me, of course, this is Bobbitt's channel. Every week, this week in wrestling, of course, Bobbitt is here. How you doing today, Mike? Bobbitt?
Good. Can't wait to get into these Observer stars. These are kind of interesting.
Okay. I don't have much for news except for the one big thing today. Maybe a few things here and there. With us also, we have Trekster. How's it going, Trek?
Good. How are you guys tonight?
Well, I'm getting better. I still feel like garbage, but I'm feeling better. Feeling a little bit better. I can't complain. So the first bit of news is this Stephanie McMahon thing. She's got a great big announcement for Raw. We can sit here and speculate, but it's two possibilities, and only two possibilities that I can see. Or, well, three, actually. Number one, if we were to rank these, probably the top reason would be that they're going to do that all-women's pay-per-view thing. And it won't be until September, but they're going to do that all-women's pay-per-view thing. I'm going to get the thoughts on from each of you guys. I'm going to throw my thoughts out there, and I'm just going to say, why? They can't even book a paper bag. And a paper bag would be easy to book, because the paper bag just sits there. I'm just saying, it don't make any fucking sense to have an all-women's event when you can't even book two fucking women. You can't even book Ronda Rousey right. So what makes you think you're going to fucking book a whole pay-per-view around women? And I guarantee it's not going to be worth the view. Number one, it probably won't get as many views as... I'm going to put it nicely, in a nice way, because there is a female laying there, and I'm within kicking distance of her. I am not talking shit about... I'm not talking shit about women. I want that to be right up to the forefront. Without the fucking men, the women cannot carry a show. You name me a time when the women were able to carry a show. Then I hear dead silence. So that means never. So, that being said, why in the hell would you book an all-women show? To me, that don't make sense. What do you think about this, Bobbitt?
Why? I mean, I know I can see people argue, oh, this is a response to the Greatest Royal Rumble. They got paid for that. So does that mean that the men's going to get paid for this too? Because it'd be fair.
True. Truckster?
I don't think it's gonna work. I think they got screwed up.
They can't book women. They can't book the women. They just can't. The reason I'm gonna give Heather the final, she's a woman, so I'm gonna give her the final thought on this. I'm gonna
Heather's
let her
a woman?
have her piece. I think she's been vocal about this herself. So, go ahead, Heather.
Basically, what this comes down to is this is their moral dilemma moment, I guess you could say, because of that whole Saudi Arabia pay-per-view with the Greatest Royal Rumble, and it being all men. They're now sitting there wondering, okay, now what can we do for the women to try and balance that out? Well, you did that already, because you gave them basically a paid vacation by paying them for not working that event, the same amount that you would have paid them for working the event. So therefore, you don't need to do this all-women's pay-per-view for that reason. I mean, if you want to hold off the Mae Young Classic and have that be part of this pay-per-view, have that the semifinal and the final be part of it, then maybe it'll work. However, that's only 3-4 matches at most. You are a company that likes to have at least 10 matches for every pay-per-view. How are you going to fill out those other matches when you can't even decide if Sasha and Bayley are feuding or not?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, I don't see the it don't make sense to me. The number 2 thing, and I'm gonna give a shout out to people in the chat. I don't know who's all watching. I know that we have Ronnie Lee in the chat. We have Dwayne from Two Mark Crew in the chat, and we have Aaron Reed, who was the first one here tonight. He patiently fucking waiting for an hour and a fucking half. But I want to, and he was the one that said that is the number 2 right there, is the women's tag team division. No, never, don't fucking do it. You don't have enough women on the fucking roster as is. Even if you have the Mae Young Classic, they're all gonna go to NXT anyway. You don't need a women's tag team division because you can't even fucking book your champions right. So why even fucking do it? It's a dumb idea. You're going to fucking bury yourself even further. Stop, take a step back, and say, oh, I think we're just going to do with what we have. We're not going to fucking create any more fucking tag team titles. They're not needed. Nobody cares about, I hate to say this, I'm not cutting down women. And I didn't mean to yell. But it has to be voiced. They can't even fucking book their champions. I mean, look at who they have as their women's champion. On SmackDown, a woman that couldn't fight a paper bag could kick her ass. Alexa Bliss, need I say more? She's stale, she's boring, I mean, yes, she gets heel heat, but she says the same things over and over again. It's garbage. Anybody that can't realize that needs to stop watching the product. Anybody that thinks them two are good as champion, I'm just going to come out and say it. You're a fucking idiot. You have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. Anybody that thinks Carmella can wrestle is retarded. I said it. I'm sorry. You have mental issues if you think Carmella can wrestle. We don't need a women's tag team division. We don't need it. And it's not because I don't think that they have the talent. The women are not talented enough. They don't have enough women. That being said, how many are you going to have a tag team on Raw and SmackDown, or are you just going to have one tag team? Then why do you have a fucking brand split if you're going to fucking do that? It makes no fucking sense. Not to me anyway. Then why do you have 2 champions on Raw, or you know what I mean? 1 champion on Raw, 1 champion on SmackDown. Don't make any sense. Makes none. Bobbitt, what are your thoughts?
What's the point of this, honestly? You know, just to get the Bella Twins back? Maybe? Like, what? You can't even book the greatest women's wrestler that's ever lived, Asuka, right? So what makes you think that you can suddenly book a tag team division with jack all women to do tag teams with? You know, yeah, you might have Sasha and Bayley together, but who the hell's going to stop them? You know, who in the hell could possibly be a tag team that's in the women's division? Honestly, that's actually believable. Like, this is stupid. This shit. If this is what they're going to announce Monday, this company's going to be dead soon. That is
Absolutely, I
just
agree.
flat out retarded.
I hate to say this. I disagree with you, Bobbitt. With this point, is the last thing you said. This company will never die. It's never going to go away. Everybody keeps saying that. It's not going to happen. They'll dig
Well,
their.
they said this,
They
they
always find a way to dig themselves out of a hole.
well, JP, they said the same thing about Toys R Us.
Yeah, Toys R Us is a different thing, though. WWE's the $1 billion. They're making money. Toys R Us wasn't. Trexter, what about you?
Like you guys said, there's not enough women. It's not a good idea. If they could, what do they gotta do? Float them over between Raw and SmackDown? There's barely enough women on one brand to do, one. It's like you're gonna do it on both. It's like it's. I see it if it lasts. It might even last like a year, and then they'll just get rid of them.
Aaron, just real quick. Aaron, no, we don't have a play button. How many subs do we have? How many subs do you think we have? You gotta have 100,000 subs to get a play button, you fucking retard.
And Dwayne, to answer your question, YouTube sends out an actual YouTube play button award to those channels.
Yeah, you
that
have to have
tens of thousands of subscribers.
You have to have 100,000 subscribers in order to get a play button. Aaron, another thing. The Bello twins. Okay? That's only 2 people. They only have how many women on the main roster? 10 on each show, I think. That's not enough. Not enough. You can't have 2 women on freaking, you're going to have 2 champions. You can't have just one champion going from brand to brand. That makes no sense. It's stupid.
It's why have the brand split at all then at that point.
That's the point I made earlier. But the Bella Twins, that's only one team.
They're not a very good team.
And whatever, don't care. They're let me see. What was the number 3 thing was what? Fuck, the number 3 thing, and I can't remember what it was. Fuck.
As far as
The women's, the announcement. Oh! Oh, now I forgot it again. The women's division. Fuck, I can't remember. It had to do with the fucking show itself.
Anyway, they're going to make an all female show.
We already talked about that.
No, I meant like 205 Live.
No, they won't. If they do, they're stupid. Because people won't watch it. Because women's wrestling does not sell. I hate to say that, it don't.
Because we still live in a sexist society, unfortunately.
And unfortunately, you could say that, but that's not why.
It's definitely part of it.
It's part of it, but that's not the main reason. They're not as... I'll use this example. Compare the WNBA to the NBA. The WNBA is well, both NBA and WNBA are boring as fuck. But the WNBA, there's just... there's no real talent. I mean, there's talent there, but it's slow. It's not as fluid. And I'm not picking on the women. They're just not as good as the men. And they don't get as big of a pop as the men do. That's the reason why it don't sell. Trying to remember that third thing. And I really can't remember it.
You never told me what it was. So.
I had it, and then I fucking forgot it. I'll probably remember it. If I remember it, I'll come back to it. So Bobbitt was watching a video before. Let's talk about that. What is the reason why the King of the Ring is no longer in a pay-per-view? What's the reasoning behind, or what did they give? What was said?
It was because Vince didn't like the idea, and plus it was their lowest selling main pay-per-view out of the big four. Well, back then, big five. Like, the only one that came close to it was Survivor Series.
Yep.
And only that, but the whole gimmick of King is a worn out gimmick now.
The what? Say it one more time.
The whole King gimmick is worn out.
Yeah.
Coming.
So there's your answer on that, and I agree with everything. Vince don't like tournaments. Again, why does he write a check off on the Mae Young Classic? Well, again, that's Triple H's thing. So
That is bringing new talent to his product.
the WWE's not worn out. Look, WWE has the most talented roster they've ever had. Their booking decisions are garbage. That's where the problem is right now. That is the big issue with this company. Their booking decisions are shit. Still trying to... The Mae Young Classic is going to happening. There's now 15 competitors. I seen that. That Kativa Data or whatever her fucking name is from fucking India. She's in it now. Well, thanks for your insight, Sports Lounge Studios. I get what you're saying, but WWE's not worn out. They have the most talented roster they've ever had. It's who's booking makes it look worn out, but it's not worn out. That's your I disagree with that. But that's fine. Can't agree on everything. God damn it. I'm trying to remember that thing. It's stuck in my fucking head and I can't get it out. What else is there? Truck, do you got anything?
No.
Kenny and the Young Bucks contract with Japan ends in January, and they weren't in the commercial for the Mania weekend show with Ring of Honor. It makes me believe they might be coming to WWE in 2019. I don't see them showing up in January. I had notes, but I left them at work.
I was just going to tell him that in the chat.
Kelly wants to
Yes.
come back to WWE. That's something we could talk about.
They would bring her back to stripper again. There should be no problem.
Well, she got better as time went on.
Like I said,
They
as
got
long
her
as
away from that gimmick.
Like I said,
Come on.
as long as they don't bring her back as the stripper, it should be good. I was not being sarcastic.
Heather, they're past that shit. Even though they keep fucking with the stupid fucking booking decisions. They're way past all that garbage. They aren't gonna fucking do stripper poles and all that shit. Come on now.
Or they don't even have to go as far as the stripper pole. They just have her be all fucking slutted out.
Then don't watch it. Then just don't complain about the fucking product. If you're not going to watch it, don't complain about the product. That's one of my things. It's like voting. If you didn't vote, don't bitch about the fucking president. You have no right to bitch, period. Sorry. In my opinion, don't come to me and say WWE sucks. If you're not watching the product, I don't want to fucking hear it. I voted, so I can bitch about whatever the fuck I want. I'm just telling you my philosophy. So if you're not gonna watch product, fine. Don't come on here and sit here and bitch about it because I don't want to hear it. Because I will ask, you watching it? If not, then shut the fuck up. Oh, you know what? That is, Who cares?
What's going on
That's
now?
WWE's fault. No, nothing. That's WWE's fault for fucking having a title match during a taped event.
Mm-hmm. What makes it even worse is that whole thing, it wasn't tweeted out. WWE Network put it out themselves. So that's the company fucking its own self right there.
Yeah, it's their fault.
I have some SummerSlam news, by the way. You remember?
Hold on, just 1 second, Bobbitt. Why Society? Mandy Rose is 10 times better than Kelly Kelly, 20 times better than Eva Marie. She is improving every week.
Yes, she
Every time she gets out there, she is improving. Go ahead.
Yes, Mandy Rose may look like Eva Marie.
But she is not.
She actually has talent, though.
She is improving. No, I disagree. No, because the Money in the Bank, that just... I don't even like the Money in the Bank contract. Mandy Rose's gimmick, Kelly Kelly didn't have that gimmick. That was in ECW. That was them trying to be hardcore with her to be the sexy. But then she went over to the main to SmackDown, and they completely went away from that. Where I don't remember her coming out and even dancing. She'd come out and wave to the crowd and go to the ring. She never used that. Eva Marie was only there. Why was Eva Marie there, Heather?
Oh, she was there to further her fashion career, and that's it.
She didn't care about the wrestling.
She got the notoriety through WWE to push her own product line and become a better model. That's the only reason she was ever there, and she has admitted that herself. So.
Now I will say this: Mia Khalifa, if y'all don't know who she is. She's a porn star. She said that wrestling is totally fake. And Eva Marie was on her show and said, alright, I'll have you go against somebody. And she went to a wrestling school and she found out that it's not fake. Somebody literally put her in a fucking armbar. Literally put her in wrestling moves. Eva Marie never held a title, so she's not the fucking female Brock Lesnar.
And at least Brock Lesnar can talk better than Eva Marie ever could.
It's true. Now, Baba, what were you going to say? Go ahead.
Well, I had a couple of things. First, y'all know Tuesday is Paige's big announcement, right?
Paige's big announcement, you said?
Paige's
Yeah.
big announcement.
Okay.
What's that?
Yeah, WWE kind of fucked up.
What?
They leaked what the announcement was.
What? I haven't seen it.
They on certain websites, there was an advertisement that said it's going to be Samoa Joe versus AJ Styles at SummerSlam.
Well, that's obvious that was going to happen. That we all knew was going to happen. I mean, there's nobody on SmackDown right now that can beat AJ. Now, this is where Johnny and I differ. I'm glad that they're booking AJ. I mean, it could very easily be Jinder Mahal still as champion. That was WWE's plans at the beginning. They were going to have Jinder Mahal beat AJ. They were going to put the title right back on him, and then they had to cancel that India thing. So, thank God that didn't work.
Hey guys, I'll be right back. Guys, have to go to the bathroom.
What?
I'll be right back. Guys, have to use the restroom. Sorry, Bob. I didn't mean to interrupt you, buddy.
Oh, that's fine. There's no certainty that they're reuniting the American Alpha when Jason Jordan returns.
They need to, yes, but it's
They
no
need to,
guarantee
but there's no
for it to
guarantee
happen.
that that's going to happen. In fact, I see them feuding, to be honest with you.
You want to get to the fun topic now?
Who would I have vote? Well, honestly, on SmackDown, I feel that Shinsuke should be the WWE champion. I feel that Jeff Hardy, if he was healthy, should still be the U.S. champion. On
Oscar should be
Raw,
the
the
next
Universal champion should have been fucking Roman Reigns. I don't know why they won't just put the fucking title on him. I don't know what fucking story they're trying to tell. Oh, poor Roman or whatever. Honestly, I'm going to take that back. I literally think they need to put the title on Seth Rollins.
Yes.
And I don't mind the title on Dolph Ziggler right now. As far as the tag team titles go, they shouldn't be on the B team for Raw. They should still be on Matt and Bray. And for SmackDown, they're fine where they're at right now for their titles. So that's where I see the titles. That's what I see. I think they're pretty much fine. I mean, AJ's legit. He's the best wrestler in the world. Have the title on your best wrestler. Have everybody else chase. That's what they should do. But, yeah, so let me see what else was there.
I have the Dave Meltzer stars.
Oh, yeah. You want to go through that real quick? I gotta fucking hear. Go ahead.
These are match by match, too. Hang on. There we go.
I'll get to that in a second, Dwayne.
The Almas Sin Cara match got 2.5 stars.
I wouldn't have even given it 2, but okay.
It's Meltzer after all.
Sanity versus New Day.
Say it again?
2.75.
Say it again?
Sanity versus New Day got 2.75 stars.
2.5 at most. Okay.
Alright. The Raw tag title match got 2 stars.
That's about right.
Balor versus Corbin got 2.25 stars.
That was worth 1.5 stars.
The Asuka Carmella match got 1.2 stars.
That's a 0.5 star.
The Shinsuke Jeff Hardy match got no stars.
Do you want to know why it got no stars, though? Because it was only
wasn't a
6
match?
seconds. There really wasn't even a match. But go ahead. Keep going.
Strowman versus Owens got 2.5 stars.
How in the fuck did they get that? That match was dumb. 2 stars, if that.
The SmackDown tag titles got 3 stars.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Lashley versus Reigns got 3.5 stars.
That actually was not a bad match.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't.
That was actually a pretty decent match. I'd give it 3 stars. Like I said, Roman Reigns can wrestle. So can Bobby Lashley. And it was okay.
The Nia Jax versus Alexa Bliss match
Got 1 star.
got 2.5 stars.
Jesus, this guy's a fucking idiot. Wow.
The WWE title got 4 stars.
Who got 4 stars?
The WWE Championship match.
Okay. That I don't see. Maybe 2.5,
All
maybe
right.
3.
The big match of the night, the Iron Man
If
match.
this got 5 fucking
Got
stars, I'm gonna fucking flip my shit because it was garbage.
no 3.25 stars.
That match was garbage. It was booked like shit. 3.25 stars. Give me a fucking break, Meltzer. And Mustache, I honestly don't care for Mustache. I don't care for British strong style wrestling. It's not my cup of tea. I didn't care for that match at all. The booking decision was shit. Again. Here's why that match sucked. And I'm gonna be straight up fucking. I'm talking about the Mustache Mountain versus Undisputed Era, where Undisputed Era won the titles back. The ref said, "Do not interfere again, or you're disqualified." You're the tag team champions, so if you interfere, you still retain the fucking titles. Poorly booked match. That's not 5 stars. That's not 5 stars. Not to me. That drops it a complete star for me. I disagree with everybody saying about Mustache Mountain. They don't impress me. I'm sorry. There's nothing impressive about them. They're typical fucking British wrestlers. They're all the same. They're the same as Pete Dunne. There's nothing different about any of them. I have yet to see it. I'm sorry if everybody's like, oh god, JP hates fucking NXT. No, I don't hate NXT. I'm just not sold on British wrestling. It doesn't impress me. It doesn't impress me.
It doesn't impress him much. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Sorry, I was channeling my inner Shania Twain.
Jan's chair, let me tell you something. Yeah, moments ago I said the talent is real
I'm sleeping.
and the writers suck. Now that thinks the matches suck. When you're fucking writing a fucking match, it goes the same as a fucking match. It's included. That's why I said, I'm not saying the talent was garbage. The wrestling was good. The writing was shit. That's why I disagree with the fucking rating. I include everything. I don't just include the wrestling. Meltzer includes the wrestling. He doesn't do anything else. He's a fucking idiot. Anybody that fucking thinks Meltzer knows what he's talking about is a fucking goof. He's a fucking dipshit. Tell me I'm fucking being hypocritical, right? Fucking idiot. You totally misunderstood what I fucking said.
I just refused to actually listen to the words you were saying.
Of course. Who's my favorite WWE wrestler? I don't fucking have one. Tell me I'm a fucking hypocrite. I got your fucking hypocrite. My ball's your chin. The matches aren't wrote, but the stories are, you dumbass! Jesus Christ! You just answered your own fucking question, you idiot! Tell me I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Go fuck a Billy Goat. Fucking retard. What else do you got, Bobbitt?
You know what happens when you come in the chat and become a douche nozzle? You want to know what happens?
No, Elias, they are written.
You just got blocked.
The spots are written. So don't tell me that fucking shit isn't written. Something has to be written down on a piece of fucking paper so that they know what they're fucking producing. Jesus Christ. Anyway, go ahead, Bobbitt.
Oh, I just blocked him. I was trying to channel my inner Johnny Race since he's not here to do it. But I have nothing else other than Chelsea Green is signing with the company.
Good. That's good. I like Chelsea Green. She brings pretty good character. She's pretty good in the ring too. God damn it! I'm trying to think. I can't think of the fucking three. Still trying to think of the third reason why the women, what the big announcement is for the women. No, I didn't block you. I'm out of stuff to talk about, really, to be honest with you. And Dwayne asked the question earlier for the women. I don't know if I answered this question. Who should be champion for the women on Raw? It should be Ronda Rousey. For the women, it should be Asuka. Should be Asuka. I'd much rather have a Asuka versus fucking Becky Lynch feud than fucking
Carmella versus Asuka a million fucking times over, where Ellsworth always gets involved.
Oh, that's another thing, Trek. You said that Ellsworth was his appearances may be done with the WWE.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Why in the fuck did they bring this Yahoo back?
To get her more heel heat, I guess. I don't know.
Do you honestly think they're giving her heel heat?
No, they're giving her get off my fucking TV and retire heat.
It's not even fucking heel heat. No, I'd prefer them not to use the ugly bride gimmick. I'd prefer them to use the gimmick that she came into the company with. Let's see what else is there. Touched on the Kelly thing. Yeah, I let me rephrase myself before more trolls come in here and tell me that I'm a fucking idiot. The matches, the wrestling, and I said it, if you go back and watch the live reaction and what we talked about on fucking Monday and what we talked about on Tuesday, the wrestling was good. The booking decisions were shit. The production and the writing for the matches was shit. There's no fucking storylines. None. Their matches were just thrown together just to throw them together to put on a fucking pay-per-view. There's nothing about the show Sunday that makes me want to watch it again. And when I do wrestling, when I talk wrestling and shit, I talk about the whole picture, not just the wrestling. There should be a story being told inside the ring when these two are wrestling. The one match that did do that was the AJ Styles versus Rusev match with Rusev's calf or hamstring, his leg. So I never said I was an idiot. I don't think he's going to be there very long. I think he's done. Life Society. I don't see him being there very long because he was on, what was it? It was pay per appearance, right?
Yeah.
So right now they're not expecting him to be on the show at all. So yeah. What else? Did you have anything else? It's been a uneventful freaking week when it comes to wrestling. Oh, the Hulk Hogan thing. I want to touch on that real quick. I want to get everybody's thoughts. And I'm pretty sure race is going to be a fucking issue with this. But I was listening to some podcasts on the way home from work today, and they were saying that, alright, so Hulk Hogan met them backstage at Extreme Rules, and then there was stuff that went out about freaking Titus O'Neil, and then, well, actually, Big E and, or not Big E, but Kofi Kingston wrote I don't know if it's
his statement for everything that went down. And
so I'm gonna read this statement to you guys. I'm gonna try not to read it word for word, but so Hulk Hogan was backstage talking to the talent about how he apologized to everybody there, and he talked about how, well, Triple H got up there first and said something about the social media. Be careful what you do on social media. Be careful what you say on social media. Hulk Hogan reiterated that and apologized to everybody backstage or whatever, whatnot. Apparently, people were saying that Titus O'Neil stormed out of the building. No, he did not. He came back out and said he did not storm out of the building. He was told by the producers that whoever is not booked can leave. So he left. He left the building. They all did. Did that have anything to do with Hulk Hogan? He said no. So stop with the fucking bullshit. People have got to realize, just because he said what he said does not make him a racist. Well, there's people out there that are saying that. Because Booker T said the same thing. Is he not a racist then?
What difference is he?
I don't care. There is no difference. He said the word. I'm sorry.
No, I'm not going to say his... No, not what he actually... Not that just because he's a black guy. He showed immediate remorse for saying it.
How do you know Hulk Hogan didn't?
Because he immediately sued the people who put it out on blast?
He had the right to sue them, though. They invaded his privacy. Just because he just sued him doesn't mean that he's not remorseful for what he said. This should have never been brought public in the first place, in my opinion. This should be a fucking non-issue. Behind closed doors, that guy can say whatever the fuck he wants. Anybody got a problem with what I just said?
No.
If I say the N-word behind closed doors, I say the N-word. I don't. I'm not saying I do. It's none of your all's fucking business. What I say behind closed doors, in private, is nobody's fucking business. The guy deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. There's a bunch of people that are in the Hall of Fame that are racist. Don't fucking sit there and tell me they're upset that he's in the Hall of Fame, because that's a bullshit fucking answer. Absolute bullshit fucking answer. Stan Hansen, fucking racist. Fucking tell me. Give me a fucking break. So I'm going to read this statement by Kofi Kingston. To the WWE Universe and whoever else it may concern. This will be the only statement we, as in the New Day, will make regarding Hogan's reinstatement into WWE's Hall of Fame. And they have every right to their opinion, but they're voicing it, which is fine. We do not wish to spend the energy debating the point because between our kids, our external values, and this job, our energy is spread too thin already. LOL. So what he's saying is we're already being sent 50,000 different ways. We are only writing this simply to provide an answer To the many who have bombarded us with questions on where we stand on the issue, we preface this statement by emphasizing that this is our own opinion and may not necessarily reflect the opinion of anyone else affected. How do we feel? Indifferent. Indifferent. We are not happy, sad, angry, or resentful. Who WWE, this is key, who WWE puts into the Hall of Fame is completely and totally up to them. And from a career standpoint, there is no argument as to whether or not Hulk Hogan should have his place. We have no problem with his reinduction in the slightest degree. It is impossible to even begin to mention the history and evolution of the business without mentioning his name and accolades. On a personal level, when someone makes a racist and hateful comment about any race or group of people, especially to the degree that Hogan made about our people, we find it difficult to simply forget, regardless of how long ago it was, or the situation in which those comments were made. But we also do not respond with more feelings of hate. Instead, we do not associate with the people who convey or have conveyed his negative and hurtful mindset. This instance will be no different. Perhaps if we see him make a genuine effort to change, then maybe our opinion will change with him. Time will tell. Through the course of our lives, people have used racist comments towards us, and it doesn't feel good. And he's talking about New Day. They've had racial slurs thrown at them by fans. But if we stop moving forward every time we were met with prejudicial hatred, then we would have never achieved our current accomplishments. We know we are worth it. We know our kids are worth it. And most importantly, we know that people that look like us and are worth it, and always have been. There isn't a person on this planet who will ever be able to say anything to make us think otherwise, because we believe in ourselves as a people and don't need anyone's approval on that, regardless of who they are. Having said that, his reinstatement won't change anything for us. It will have zero effect on our ability to perform at the level we will put into doing what we love to do, and that is to deliver the entertaining product each week for our fan base. Sincerely, the New Day. Never trade your authenticity for approval. That is a statement from Kofi Kingston. I'm going to say this. Also, Mark Henry was a big time. You heard his statements about it. He came out and said if Hulk Hogan is making an effort, he deserves to be back into the Hall of Fame. That's coming from two advocates for, against, and you know what I'm talking about. Y'all get what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. So, that being said, let's drop it. We're not the WWE. We have no say in the matter. As you heard the New Day say, what can we do? In a sense, they're saying, what can we do? Let's move on from this. Let's not make this an issue, because if we do, then we're never gonna fucking erase the issue. The I'm not excusing what Hulk Hogan said, okay? Let's get that straight right fucking now. But can we move on from it? He said it. Was it right? No. Was it right for somebody to record him saying that? No. That's actually against the law. That's why he sued somebody. And he has every right to do that. Now, is he apologizing for it? Yes, he is apologizing for it. Booker T said it on live TV. He had to say something.
Well, he did. It wasn't even that. It's just as soon as it came out of his mouth, he was like, "Fuck!" That instant remorse.
I understand. But it's still, he said it. That's all I'm saying. It don't matter. Vince McMahon said it. There's another one. Is he a racist? Apparently not.
Well, he got a lot of hate for that, though.
He got a lot of hate for it. There's other people that have said it. I mean, unless we get past this issue, this isn't just a WWE issue. This is our country's issue. It's one of the big issues we have. We need to stop, take a step back, and let it go. If it's brought forth to you, you confront it yourself. Don't make it an issue for everybody else. That's what I have to say on the issue. I am not a racist. I have never, ever publicly said anything degrading. Jokingly, yes. And I have apologized for it right away. However, until we stop making it an issue, it's never going to go away. Those are my final thoughts on the whole issue. Yes, he did. That's what we were talking about, Why Society. That's my final thoughts on the thing. We talked last night ad litem, but Johnny did, actually. I wasn't feeling good, so I'm kind of glad he did kind of take over the reins a little bit, because I was not feeling good. I threw in my 2 cents on what I thought. The state of the WWE, we can sit here and say that booking is shit. It's going to continue to be shit. The wrestling will improve as long as they let these guys go. They have the most talented roster, but they don't let them go enough to the point where they could say, man, these guys are really good. But that's all I have to say on that. Heather, what are your final thoughts on anything? I'm going to give you the floor.
When it comes to this whole woman's evolution thing, I'm going to make something very clear for you people out there. I am a feminist, yes. However, I am not that feminist that's going to sit there and say, he doesn't belong here. No. I am the feminist that sits there and says, I should have the right to be able to do something that he can do. So therefore, I'm actually more an equalist than a feminist. I am the true standard of what feminism used to stand for. Now, when it comes to trying to book these women, yes, you're getting them more into showing their athletic ability to actually be fighters. However, you're falling drastically short on actually letting these women show their true talents, because you cannot book them properly. And then you want to sit there and say, okay, we'll give you an all-women's pay-per-view. It's not going to work. Plain and simple. You can't get your storyline straight to begin with between having this back and forth with Bayley and Sasha. That's like, oh, we're friends. No, I hate you. We're friends. No, I hate you again. It's ridiculous. It's just, let them fucking fight already. Because what they gave us in NXT was fucking gold. It was gold.
Who did?
Sasha and Bayley.
Yes.
But you're afraid to put them in the ring against each other as having them be actual enemies. I think what it is actually is you're afraid to turn Bayley heel, which she gave us that little taste of what she could do as a heel. And honestly, you cannot have a character be a face character forever, because you know what? It will get stale very, very quickly. And then on top of that, they're going to have basically nothing to do anymore. And yes, you did it with John Cena. However, you did at least try to make John Cena a heel once.
He started out as a heel.
Right. And then from there, you noticed he's not quite the best heel. So you turned him face, and boom, his character took off. It worked with John Cena, but that's John Cena.
Mm-hmm.
He was put in a perfect place and time when you did not have another character like that.
Right.
You need to actually take chances. Turn Bailey heel. Let her and Sasha tear each other's freaking hair out. I don't care. Just do something other than, I hate you. No, sorry, I love you. Nope, sorry, I hate you. It's enough.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to sit there and do that, what the fuck are you going to do with a pay-per-view? That's nothing but women.
Mm-hmm. Agree 100%.
And that's all I got to say.
Okay. Trexter, what are your thoughts? Any final thoughts? Anything you want to talk about?
The women's thing is, like you guys said, if they would tie it in with the Mae Young Classic, that could work. But they want, like you guys said, like Heather I think said, they want 10 to 12 matches on each pay-per-view. So unless you go through the entire Mae Young Classic or most of it on the pay-per-view, on the special event, I guess they would call it, I don't know what to call them anymore. It's not. I don't think it's gonna work. As for the titles, like I said, I think they're gonna be there for like a year and then they'll just disband them like they did with the original brand split back then. But with the women's tag team titles, I think they'll just get rid of them after a year. As for the Hogan thing, just the way to go the way to rise above is to what do you say? Let it go. I mean, he said what he said, but to dwell on it's just gonna make things worse. Just like Hogan and Vince and them know what they're doing. Just let them do it. And that's it.
Well, I'm not quite sure Vince knows what he's doing anymore.
No,
but
I get what you're saying, and yes, you are correct. He ultimately, if this comes back to bite Vince and the WWE in the ass, then that's their prerogative. I don't know why people are fucking losing their shit over this. It's not affecting you personally. So I don't know why people are all in an uproar. It's ultimately WWE is going to make a decision that they want to fucking make. I'm just sick and tired of hearing about it. I'm really fucking done with it. With the whole Hogan thing. Let it the fuck go. Nobody cares anymore. Sorry, that's just my personal opinion. I don't fucking care anymore. It's over. It's done with. Yeah. Move on.
There's a saying. Go ahead, man.
No, you're good.
There's a saying that's like, I don't hate when you're talking to a person. I don't hate you. I just hate what you did. Maybe that should apply to Hogan. We don't hate him. We hate what he did. Now let's move on.
Well, I wouldn't even go that far. I dislike what he said.
Yeah.
I don't agree with what he said. I don't dislike the guy. The guy deserves to be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. If we're going to take him out of the Hall of Fame, we might as well take Warrior out of the Hall of Fame because he did a lot of bad stuff. He said a lot of nasty shit.
Might as well take Stan Hansen out of the Hall of Fame. Michael Hayes out of the Hall of Fame. Stone Cold Steve Austin, even though it was kayfabe, he was kind of racist. I mean,
Shawn Michaels.
He said some pretty outrageous shit when he was in his heyday. You can't tell me that he wasn't. Yeah, I agree it was kayfabe, but still.
Shawn Michaels, look at the stuff he did say. Some bad stuff. He regrets it now.
He's said some bad shit before. I mean, come on, man. Hulk Hogan isn't the fucking only one. That's all. I don't want to talk about it anymore unless Bobbitt brings it up. But Bobbitt, what do you got? Any final thoughts?
No, I just want to play some baseball.
No? Okay, no, that's fine. I thought I'd let you go. Okay. Yeah, you did.
I have nothing I have nothing more to add than what was already said. This whole fucking stuff is just stupid.
We just got to move on and let it go. That's all. I think that's what Bob is saying. We're all saying the same thing. Just who cares? Let it go. So, yeah, with that being said, we're going to get out of here, guys. Have a great day, a great night. We'll talk to you later. Stay out of trouble. And we'll see you tomorrow. Heather and Bob will be doing their show over on the new channel Behind the Reels. I don't know what the name of the show is going to be, so tune in to find out. That show will be at 6:30 Central Time.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, you guys have a great night. Talk to you later.
Peace.